The first big chapter of the NFL's next great rivalry is here, and it plays out on Sunday. Step into my office. Welcome to Denton's office, your favorite Commanders YouTube show. Your first time listening, first time seeing me, subscribe to us on the Team 980. You can follow me on Twitter at the Denton Day. The NFL's next great rivalry is here, and it's Washington and it's Philadelphia. Right now, if you look across the league, the NFL's biggest rivalry is the people versus Patrick Mahomes. I'm a wrestling guy, so forgive my wrestling terminology, but it feels like that's go away heat. People are just sick and tired of Patrick Mahomes and him winning because people don't like winners. But the NFL needs a rivalry filled with hate, and they got one. You're getting the third installment this season between the Commanders and the Eagles. They're two really good teams. Philadelphia has a lot more expectations this year than Washington did, and Washington's going to go to Philadelphia for the NFC Championship and end their season. It's pretty simple. It's about as simple as it gets. Everybody loves a good underdog. Everybody loves Jaden Daniels, and Philadelphia fans deserve this. This is exactly what the NFL has been missing. You need something with hate and vitriol. It creates television ratings. It enforces enjoyment in the product. The way that, I mean, the NFL is going to get watched no matter what, but it does take it to another level when you have a situation like Washington and Philadelphia where you can pick sides. Even if you don't have a dog in the fight. I like the book A.J. Brown was reading. I'm going to root for him. I like Jaden Daniels. I'm going to root for him. I'm a good person with good morals. Not rooting for Philadelphia. I'm going to root for Washington. It really is that simple, right? You have two fan bases, one of which, us, we're new to the party. We haven't been here 33 years. I'm 29. I've never had this sort of fun late in January during the NFL season, and the other fan base is a sucky one. Pretty awful. They like to do this like we're bigger and badder and tougher than you. I don't doubt that most Philadelphia Eagles fans could beat me up, but I'm not challenging them to a fight. I just want them to be like regular people. I just want them to, like, I don't know, not be assholes most of the time. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Because most of them are. And they hide behind like this veil of we just hold our team to a higher standard. I think you're just immature, bro. I think you're just immature. And you guys choose hatred way too quickly. That trigger finger is popping. The fuse is small as hell for Philadelphia. But enough about their fan base, because I don't care about them. The game itself is what intrigues me because they played three times. And I think in order to have a good rival in the NFL, you got to end the other team's season. You know, heated matchups in like November are sick. We like them. They're fun to watch. But if you really want to be a rival, you have to end somebody's season. And I can't think of a better time to start the new installment of this rivalry than this weekend of the NFC Championship because you have a program in Philadelphia that has high expectations. And as I mentioned, you have a team in Washington that's kind of just happy to be here, but is also going to end their season when they walk in there to the link and beat them. I've seen all the stuff from the Philadelphia media. Part of me thinks they're just doing this as a cover up. Again, they got to have this machismo kind of feel to them. They got to think that they are the big brother in this relationship. And over the past 30 years, they've certainly been more successful. Anyone that's going to argue differently is silly. They've won a championship. They've been to a couple more. They've been in 9 NFC championships in the time that Washington's been to 1, right? So they've definitely been the bigger, badder team for a long time, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the case on Sunday. Jaden Daniels has been torching defenses, and he torched their defense. Now, every Philadelphia fan, when you bring that point up, is going to say, well, it was Kenny Pickett. It was Kenny Pickett. Bitch, we do not care. Kenny Pickett doesn't play defense. You idiots. Like, I challenge you just to look at that game objectively. He hung 22. He being Jaden hung 22 on that defense. The best defense in the NFL. I know the game would have been slightly different if Jalen Hurts was there, but they still whoop up on that defense of yours. The Kenny Pickett thing is a front because they're worried about the defense. That's very obvious. I got four eyes, so I can look past the nonsense pretty quickly. I would encourage everybody else, well, not to do the four eyes thing, but to look past the nonsense very quickly. It's very easy to see that they are just frightened of what Jane did to the defense the last time. I can't blame him. He's been doing that to everybody's defense this year. And when you don't have the luxury of getting a rookie quarterback on 4 days rest like they did the first time in the matchup, you see a different player. And on top of that, Washington turned the ball over 5 times. You turn the ball over 5 times going up against the best defense in the NFL, and Jane Daniels still found a way to win. He threw 5 touchdowns. I'd be worried too if I was Philadelphia. They say not a snowball's chance in hell. I don't know what the weather's like in Philadelphia. I know in DC it's pretty cold. I know really across the country it's pretty cold. Maybe it's cold in hell too. So maybe a snowball does stand a chance this upcoming weekend. I just want I want hatred. I want anger. I want war. I'm a fan of sportsmanship in little league, middle school, and high school. Outside of that, I don't really care that much. As long as you aren't playing vigilante on the field, I don't really care. And by the way, for the Eagles fans that have, I'm sure, made their way to this video, when I say vigilante, I mean like Vontez Perfect, not Frankie Louvu. You dorks. Oh my God. Watching these dudes try to convince themselves that Frankie Louvu is a dirty player because he hit Jared Goff once. He's just blocking a quarterback. Buddy, Jared Goff got to get the hell out the way. He got to take a little bit of notes from Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. When they throw a pick, they let everybody else handle that. Jared Goff wants to play with the big boys. He's going to get rocked with the big boys. And then they go back to the play that Jalen Hurts got injured on, which was a legal hit in which Hurts like drove his own skull into the ground. I mean, I just want honesty. I want transparency, and I want you guys to not be dumb as hell. I know it's tough for you, but I just want you to not be dumb as hell. This game is going to be sensational, and it's going to be the best rivalry game that the NFL's had in a while. Obviously, Mahomes and Allen in the AFC, that's prime time. But you want to talk about hatred, you're not getting hatred between those two. You're getting hatred between these two, with the Commanders and the Eagles. There's an entire generation of Philadelphia Eagles fans and Washington Commanders fans that are going to see these teams as top rivals. It's not Washington and Dallas anymore. It's not Dallas and Philly anymore. Dallas stinks. And for Washington, for 30 years, they've been beating our doors off because we have stunk. But we don't stink anymore. And the team that's at the top of this division is Philadelphia. There's no doubt about that. But it's time to go win that season. That's how rivalries are made. You got to take a team with expectations, and they're a bird. You got to fire that arrow into the air, clip those wings, send them corralling to the dirt. I can't wait for Sunday, man. It's going to be awesome. And I'll see y'all guys next week when we talking about the Super Bowl with our Commanders, baby. Let's have a day. Let's have a day on Sunday. And congratulations to the NFL. You got ratings for years to come out of this one. You're welcome. I appreciate you coming to my office. Now, respectfully, get out.